Yes, it is true. Vegeta has finally surpassed Goku. The Prince of All Saiyans has surpassed Kakarot. How, you may ask? Find out after my intro.
Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you never miss an upload. These are today's hashtag end of video squad winners. If you would like to join them, make sure to watch till the very end of this video. Drop a comment with the hashtag end of video squad for a chance to be featured in my next video. Also, don't forget to watch my previous video, the classic Dragon Ball transformation, where I join my fellow YouTubers in celebrating Star Wars as Star Wars wraps up, but I do it in a very special and Dragon Ball way. So if you would like to watch that video, I have a link to it in the description below and my top comment. Go ahead, check it out, show your boy some love. Guys, how did we get here? Chapter 55 is a whole bunch of disappointment and one shining star. One thing in this chapter absolutely works, and it gives me hope for the future of the franchise, and hopefully Toyotaro sees the positive reception of what he's doing here and continues the franchise in a completely different way, because at this point right now, Mirus' true identity, chapter 55 of Dragon Ball Super manga, the official manga, that's right, I also do the official manga, not just fan mangas. Yes, this chapter gave me so much disappointing news that my heart almost couldn't take it. But then there was one thing that I watched, one thing that I witnessed that made me so happy, so excited, and really surprised that I couldn't even hold myself. And that is Vegeta's final surpassing of Goku. Now, how did Vegeta surpass Goku? Did he surpass him in power? Well, that is yet to be determined, but honestly, I don't think so. I think the way that they're setting up Vegeta and Goku is to be on very similar wavelengths of power scaling power, but at the same time going their own different directions. Obviously, Goku is going the Ultra Instinct route, and Vegeta has gone more the Ninja route. So if it isn't a surpassing of power, how did Vegeta finally surpass Goku? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Vegeta has surpassed Goku in the sense that his story has finally surpassed Goku. He is now what I always wanted Goku to be, especially after this speech.
I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth.
After this speech, I thought as a 10-year-old that Goku was going to be one of the defenders of the galaxy, a true hero, one that we can aspire to be, the all might of Dragon Ball. And time after time, I was left disappointed because more characters came out of the woodwork that were far more heroic than Goku. Goku ultimately saved the day and had his most heroic moment ever in Dragon Ball. That's right, this moment right here, in my opinion, is his most heroic moment. But ultimately, he has basically out for his own gains, similar to what Vegeta has been doing. But now, the tables have finally turned, and it seems like Vegeta is taking that mantle of hero onto himself, and he's doing it in the most badass way possible. So let me get into the details as to what I'm talking about with Vegeta's story, why his story surpasses Goku. He finally did it, and it's been a long time coming because Vegeta's story has evolved from a Saiyan that is only looking out for power onto himself, then through Dragon Ball Super doing that same thing but focusing mainly on his family, and now it's gone full circle where Vegeta has become the best version of Goku that we've ever gotten. I know some of you may not like that speech, it is dubbed, but that speech hit me right in the heart when I was younger, and that's what I wanted Goku to be. So when we look at chapter 55, we begin with the explanation of who Mirus is, and this is where Dragon Ball Super misses a huge selling point when it comes to Mirus' backstory, and it just falls completely flat. It really does, especially toward the end of this. So we find out that Mirus is actually an angel trainee that the Grand Priest has sent to Universe 7 to broaden his horizons, to become more learned and be a better person. But basically, Mirus has been behind not enemy lines but mortal lines for far too long, and his moral compass has leaned more to the side of good and righteousness. And even though he has joined the Galactic Patrol on his own volition, and the Grand Priest saw that as, you know, a right step in the right direction, that way he can see the positive and the good in the universe, he has been pushing that law of angels where he cannot be involved in anything. He cannot jump into anything. He cannot be forced to act against evil or for good, or for evil and against good. He's got to be neutral, and Mirus is dangerously close to breaking that law. And that is what the Grand Priest and Whis are talking about. They missed a huge opportunity and opened only one door that could save this and make this very interesting. And it's a similar door that I've talked to about the actual Kais and the Kai race. There seems to be an angel race, or a race that looks like the Grand Priest. They all seem to be related to the Grand Priest, but they are in training to become angels. So when they're born or they're made, however the case might be, they're not automatically angels. They have to train up to that, which to me is the only intriguing part about this. But when you find out that basically the Grand Priest sent Mirus there to train, it just falls completely flat for me, because they have several universes that have been deleted by the Omni King before Dragon Ball Super started. Back in the day, the Omni King got pissed off and deleted those 4 universes, and those angels have become inactive. So those angels are inactive, and that could have been a whole storyline on its own. A rogue angel that decided to go do whatever because he didn't want to be inactive anymore, and he's kind of pissed off at the Omni King. I mean, that sort of follows a hero storyline where, you know, it's time to overthrow the Omni King, sort of. But it would have been interesting to see what happens to angels that lose their universes. But at this point, it's all been calculated, it's all been controlled, and it's Dragon Ball Super kind of afraid to take any real risks like that might change the narrative of the future of the story, because everything is controlled by the Grand Priest again, and it kind of pulls the air out of the balloon. It just makes me feel flat and deflated, and makes me feel like the storyline was just there so Goku could have another teacher, which ultimately ends up being the case. So the Grand Priest tasks Whis to go get Mirus and bring him back to the Grand Priest before he actually breaks the law. And the Grand Priest actually says something very interesting. Troublemaker or not, I do not wish to lose an angel, which shows that the Grand Priest actually cares about something. Like, the angels actually care about something. They care about themselves in sense of their family. They're all related, so they do care about their family, and the Grand Priest cares about his son, and he does not want him to be deleted for breaking this law. We come back to planet Yardrat, and this is where Vegeta passes Goku's story. Vegeta is going through intense training, and the training himself, the instant transmission technique that he was about to learn before the convicts come to that planet, that is just the basic stuff for the Yardrat culture. That's a basic technique. So Goku only really learned that technique and then hauled ass back to Earth. And so that leaves a huge storyline where Vegeta can learn all these incredible techniques and abilities, all this ninjutsu and genjutsu. He can learn all this stuff, and then makes his story much more interesting, because he's always looked to power as in power's sake, and not into abilities and hacks abilities and things like that. He never wanted to learn anything more than to be strong, 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 and now he's got the opportunity. He's about to learn more, and the convicts come to the planet, so he's got to confront them. But before the convicts can rat out Vegeta's location tomorrow, Vegeta does a spirit gun from Yu Yu Hakusho, and this thing is overwhelmingly powerful, it seems. Like, it gets really, really big, and Vegeta's surprised that it gets really, really big. I'm surprised that such a huge blast didn't just evaporate this dude. It just broke the remote that he was holding, but still, it is really cool to see that Vegeta hasn't even realized that he's gotten so much stronger than before he came. His master tells him that his spirit is aligned, everything's aligned with him, much better than it was when he first got there, so he has grown. This guy seems to be from the Zarbon race and transforms, and this is by far one of the best fights in all of Dragon Ball. I'm telling you right now, I'm not overhyping it. This is one of the best fights because it is so not a fight Vegeta would have. Vegeta hits this guy several times but doesn't try to kill him. He blasts him with that huge blast, and supposedly that blast wasn't strong enough to kill him and evaporate him, but just to destroy the remote control. It's like Vegeta has much more better control over his ki abilities, and he could easily take this guy down, but he doesn't. This guy transforms into a Zarbon race monster and then throws buildings at him. At one point, he uses a brand new ability where he infuses his ki into the building and throws it at him, which is something that I love to see. I love seeing new ki abilities and new and interesting ways to use ki besides ki blast, and this is one of them. And he throws this thing at Vegeta, and Vegeta throws it right back at him. He throws it up in the air, and then he gets hit in the stomach. Realizing that he can't defeat him, he tells Vegeta that Moro is on planet Earth. Vegeta gets startled because, you know, that's planet Earth and that's his home. And this guy ends up leaving, and Vegeta goes to try to kill him because, you know, he can't let him go and tell his location to Moro. And then the ki infused building boomerangs back and kills this guy and whoever else is on this ship. And even Vegeta's like, well, I guess he killed himself. This is such an amazing fight because it doesn't end with Vegeta killing anybody. It ends with the bad guy killing himself, and that's not something that we normally see from Vegeta. So Vegeta is having the best storyline right now, and way better of a storyline than Goku. And it ends with Vegeta telling his master he doesn't need instant transmission. He needs an ability that's going to take out Moro, and that is where we leave off. And Moro finds out about Vegeta's location, wants to eat more planets, and we cut to another huge disappointing part in this manga, and it's all wrapped around Goku and Mirus. We get a time skip, and it seems like Goku can now go into Ultra Instinct. It's heavily implied, and Mirus is about to go into more full power, and they both get transported out of the hyperbolic time chamber, and then Whis is there, and that is when the jig is up. And Whis tells Mirus, which makes a lot of sense, that you are dangerously getting close to not just training but having an actual real battle with this guy, and that will break the law of angels. So this is where I get kind of pissed off with this, because Mirus is just so complacent with, like, he transforms into his old clothing, the angel clothing, and he's just willing to just go with Whis for no reason. Like, it's like, alright, well, I was about to go fight Moro, Whis caught me, bye Goku, I trained you, hopefully you do good. You know, the one thing that I wanted to do is be with you in this, but I can't, and then bye, peace, I'm out of here. And he leaves with Whis, and then that's it. It's like so anticlimactic. Everything about Mirus, his secrets, his hidden agenda, everything is so anticlimactic, and to me, that is just terrible. The Goku storyline in this, if this is where it ends, is bad. And it's definitely worse than Vegeta's. Vegeta right now is the most interesting character in all of Dragon Ball as of right now, and I say that wholeheartedly. So it ends with probably the best take from Goku, though. I gotta give him that. Goku realizes that he has to pilot himself back. He doesn't know how to fly, so he calls out for Whis again. So I don't know if Whis is gonna come pick him up, but he may have to learn how to fly. That's basically it, guys. It's a very disappointing chapter with one bright shining star, which is Vegeta. And that's basically it. The Vegeta storyline fully surpasses Goku's in my opinion, and I would love to see in the future Vegeta face off with these brand new abilities against Goku, against Broly, training with them, fighting them. If Goku ends up training Broly, then we'll see what happens with that. Vegeta really is the high tier character right now with all his abilities that he's going to learn and a new ability he's going to learn against Moro. Hopefully this storyline doesn't fall flat. I'm hoping for that, and I'm hoping that at some point he does end up fighting other characters like Broly. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you made it to this point of the video, I know it's a long one, you are a special class of Black Squad member. You are now part of the hashtag End of Video Squad. Drop your comment with the hashtag End of Video Squad for a chance to be featured in my next video. Today I'm going to respond to Raccoon Reviews. Not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna compare the scene to Broly's entrance in the latest movie. I thought about putting that in the video, but I wanted to focus mainly on the topic of Goku Black, so I didn't put any other entrances. But Broly's entrance is dynamic and it's great in the movie, and since he is sort of like a quasi-villain in this, it would also make sense, but he's not really a villain, so I wanted to focus on Goku Black. Thank you so much for your comment. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. finish.